My name is Charu, and I am launching my YouTuber career. Just kidding. I have no such aspirations, but as a millennial, I feel like I'm a little behind my generation in terms of lots of things. Like, I never really got the whole YouTuber fuss, or I still don't get Instagram and I don't really post on Instagram. I want to be the person who is curious and learns instead of just, I don't know, judging the new kids on the block. Um, so I was curious about the whole YouTube thing, um, just to understand it. But to understand it, I was willing to make some investment. So I got a kit. I have a tripod. I have these lights. I'm not using them. It's just to show you that I got the lights. Um, and I spent less than $100, so it was manageable. I got all this stuff a month ago, and I just didn't use it um, because I was waiting to learn all the things. How do I learn lighting? How do I learn what's the right framing? Blah blah blah. And I realized that's not how to get started. So I'm making this as my first video, and I'm not using any of these equipments. I'm making a video for my smartphone. I'm not even using the microphone that I got. And the thing is, if you want to get started with something, set really low expectations and just get started. It's more important that you get something done than that you learn everything and do it perfectly. That is how I was able to build multiple companies in Silicon Valley, write books, produce documentary films. I actually have a copy of my first book that I had published 5 years ago now. It's called Go Against the Flow. It's on female entrepreneurs, and here's my name, Charu Sharma. And I'm actually writing my next book. It's called Killing Miscongeniality, and it's a book targeted towards young women to help them navigate their career and life. I'm writing it with Nora Denzel, who is my hero. She back in the days when women didn't really work, she became one of the youngest uh, people to become an executive at a big tech company, which was IBM. So she really shattered the glass ceiling over and over again. She was on the board of Grace Hopper. She's given many keynotes. Funny story, when I wrote this book 5 years ago, I didn't really have much of a network, and I would have just killed to get a foreword written by Nora Denzel, and I knew nobody who could connect me to her. And having been in Silicon Valley for 5 years, having worked at LinkedIn, having started companies, now I'm an angel investor, so I advise, invest in startups. And so I've built a pretty powerful network by working really hard. And now Nora has become a mentor. And I'm excited that we are now collaborating on this book. But I think this was one of the triggers for me to come and make this video. Writing a book is a daunting task. It's this, one giant book that you have to write, and you have these deadlines looming over you. And it's so discouraging because often you get stuck and you have writer's block, and start with the chapter not knowing the words to put on my paper and pen, or metaphorically, really, it's my laptop. And the trick is to break down the seemingly daunting one task into little units that you can tackle one at a time. And when you keep tackling things, you feel these wins, right? That makes you feel a sense of accomplishment, and that keeps you motivated to keep progressing. I'm an entrepreneur, so working on big impossible things is like a cakewalk for me. But the thing is, I get energy from people. I've blogged 3-4 weeks just to write this book. I'm not talking to people. I was just at a cafe for hours, and the creativity was just not flowing. And so I realized I needed some sort of boost, a sense of accomplishment, I needed to feel validated, and I needed a little win. And so I thought, let's go write a blog and publish it on LinkedIn, because I can produce it very quickly. I have lots to say, especially when the stakes aren't so high. It's just a little blog on LinkedIn. And then I thought, wait, this is a good opportunity for me to start to make this YouTube test video. I am going to challenge myself um, to produce at least 4 videos. Um, and I'm going to post it um, every week for 4 weeks. So basically for the next month. But here's the thing. I'm not just going to wait until next week to make the video. I'm going to lower the barriers for me as much as possible. Instead of making a new video every week, I'm going to make all the 4 videos right now, today, and then just release them every week. So this is something I'm going to do to challenge myself. What are you going to do? What is something you're scared of? What is something you judge? What is something you don't understand? Um, how are you going to? Well, do you have the courage to even address it? And do you have the growth mindset to invest in learning more about that? If you decide to take on a challenge like that, comment below or let me know in some way or the other, or not. Just do it for yourself. I'll talk to you soon.